Hey guys, check this out. You gotta hear this noise. That's a 2016 Explorer power transfer unit. And it sounds like there's marbles juggling inside. We're gonna take this out and take a look at it on the bench. Okay, so before we take that PTU apart, I just wanted to show you some of the work that was involved to take the PTU out of the vehicle. Now, it's bolted to the side of the transmission case here. Of course, the passenger CV axle goes through it, so that has to come out. In order to do all that, you have to take the converter out of the car. This is a twin turbo Explorer, so there's one of the turbos. That can stay, but you have to take the duct off of it. Of course, the prop shaft, and take the exhaust out, and the whole subframe. Let me show you that right here on the subframe. We still have the rack and pinion still bolted to it. And the PTU actually sits right in this general area. It's real close to this rack, and the converter sits right here. So there's a lot of stuff that's really packed in tight. But let's go take a look at the new and the old PTU on the bench. So here's our old PTU, here's the new one. And this PTU needs to get serviced just like any other drivetrain component. Ford has made it very difficult. Got a drain plug here, that's fine. Here's our fill. Behind here is the fill plug, but they have a sensor in it, they have a cover over it, and you can't get these bolts out when you have a catalytic converter sitting here and the rack and pinion sitting here. There's no room to get in and get this out. Now you can fill it with the vent here at the top, but you still don't know what the level is, because this is how you check the level at the fill plug. So super difficult. That's probably why a lot of them get neglected. The other thing here, being brand new, butter smooth on the pinion, which is great. The old one that we have here, you can tell it's been in there for a long time, well, 100,000 miles. I can't turn this by hand. And now we can put this on here, and it feels like I'm turning against a bunch of gravel inside. So let's take this drain plug out and see what we got. That's our fill plug. That's some nasty fluid coming out. All right, let's get this out. Oh my gosh. Look at the metal on that. The magnet is full of big chunks of metal. I'm gonna take the cooler off. That's the cooler. I think the pack is coming out with it. Hold on. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. All right, here we come. Oh my gosh, look at the teeth. Let me set this on the bench. Check out the teeth on this thing. Completely chipped, every single tooth. Something must have come loose and gone through it. I'll check inside the case.
All these are barrels from a bearing just floating around. That's what caused all the damage. Look at this. I think this is where the bearing sits, and it completely ground the backside of this case. This whole case is junk. Literally every component is wasted. I got all the pinion, that bearing inside of there. Super, super rough. It actually turns now by hand, but the bearing, you hear that? It's full of metal. So, yeah, this I didn't expect it to be that bad, but this makes total sense now. Those bearings were getting in here and just chipping every single tooth. Even look at the sludge of metal. I feel like I'm putting my finger in sand right now. It's all gritty. That's the gear lube. This is why fluid maintenance is important. Is try to combat this wear. Keep the fluid clean. It'll hopefully save your drivetrain. All right, so we have the new PTU installed in the Explorer. We've road tested, and now we have the vehicle up in the air again to just quality check the job and look for any leaks, and also to make sure there's no other noises. So go ahead, Zach, go ahead and start it up. Yeah, go ahead and spin it. Yeah, that sounds completely normal. Nice and smooth, no chunks. So it's good. Go ahead and shut her down. Full stop. All right, so I think we're good to go here. The noise is gone, everything's fixed. We can go ahead and let the customer know it's ready. But guys, remember, maintenance is so important on these vehicles, especially a driveline component that's super close to a hot converter. Ford calls it a lifetime fluid, and they don't really recommend a maintenance interval for this PTU. But what's lifetime? This one lasted 100,000 miles. Is that the life that it should only have, or should it go farther? And probably with proper fluid maintenance, it would have went even farther, maybe 150, 200, 300,000 miles. Who knows? But certainly this vehicle isn't ready to be thrown away yet, and this was a premature failure in my opinion. So if this was my car, I would have changed it every 30,000 miles. That's my protocol. But yeah, do your maintenance.